ride on the FXR, baby. White Lightning over here, the lady killer. Well, I mean, I don't know if any FXR is really a lady killer. I mean, this one does have an awesome paint job. Sloped back seat though, which is always kind of questionable when you're trying to get a girl on it. Also, when it comes to a Dyna, an FXR, or the new Softail, also not sure that most girls out there can tell the difference. Some girls can tell the difference. Some girls can know that obviously the FXR is the superior machine. But I think for the most part, if you're out there trying to cruise for some ladies, they're not going to know the difference, and they're probably going to pick someone with the bagger anyway. But hey, we still got to try, don't you? Ew, baby, a 370Z. And those are like, I don't know, not the ultimate tuner car, but definitely a very, very cool car if you want to, you know, big engine rear wheel drive. Well, big for a Japanese car, I guess. Ooh, and it's a lady dragon. Dang, nice car. You ever get into bikes at all or what? Sometimes it might be every time if you just give it a shot, huh? All right, so one more thing. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I like that. Can the FXR, can White Lightning work its magic on a car girl? She's a car girl. She should know about the difference in why one model that's almost identical to another looks almost completely the same. Like, that's a... car people get that too. Why one is so much better than the other. Very desirable, very rare. They don't make it anymore. They don't make it anymore. That's so special because they discontinued it for... ostensibly, I guess very arguably, something better. But you know, you get what I'm saying. What do you say, baby? You want to go for a ride on this thing or what? I mean, I know you're in a cool car, but come on, this thing looks all right, doesn't it? Yeah? Yeah, you like this? This is all American, not like what you got, but you know, this is all right. I can dig it. You and me, let's go out. Let me show you the town. I can show you the world. Get on the back of this bike. It's a whole new world out there, baby. And I'm going to take you on a magic carpet ride. Just call me Aladdin, all right?
Maybe if you keep up.
Oh, well, no, shoot, dude. All right, well, that's a challenge I'll take, baby. All right, well, come on, man. Your back seat or mine. Although with that 370, I think it's about the same room for having fun in the back seat that the FXR does. Is it mine? Comes with a built-in Hitachi, baby. Okay, I've barely shown it in videos before, but our girl Cassie over here, CXS Tattoos, she has got a 370Z, and let me tell you what, a beautiful girl driving a beautiful car, that's something I do like. We're gonna make it a little cooler today. There's something in there that I've been threatening to put on her vehicle for the past 3 days. You ever have to sit around with parts that you're looking at and you can't put them on yet?
Can't put them on.
That's why she didn't even unwrap them. She goes, I don't even want to look at them.
I don't want to look at them, yeah.
All right, let's freaking do it to it, baby. Trying to see if I can do this whole thing from memory after only watching the video once.
Okay.
All right, let me know if my butt crack's showing.
Showing the butt
Yeah,
crack.
dude, it fucking is gonna defeat. Messing around with cars and everything can be, actually it's not fun. It's usually just more frustrating than anything else. But, you know, doing it with Cassidy, I like doing it with Cassidy. That makes it a little more fun. But we're leaving cars behind, and we're even leaving FXRs behind. Today, we're gonna go ahead and ride around what we'll call an apex predator. If you guys saw the end of last week's video, you know I was riding around on something real fast from Bert's Black Widow, and baby, this is it. 131 stage 4 Legends front and rear, 14-inch shocks in the rear, 2-inch front end up front. This thing is everything you could ever want. And no, I'm not keeping it, and no, I couldn't afford it. Maybe you could, if you can afford it. Just give me a little time to ride it around before you go ahead and buy it. They ship it out to you. You know, just give me a minute to have some time with it. I promise I'll treat it right. You can afford it. You can buy this bike, but in the meantime, I'm gonna enjoy the perks, baby. Road Glide ST done up like this. This is all you ever need. I mean, it ain't free, that's for sure, but if you can afford it, baby, this is it. This is wheelies, this is handling with that raised suspension, and it's also like 150, 160 horsepower or something like that. This is it. This is all you'd ever need. I mean, if you can only have one bike, why not? There is just something that's like so right and so wrong all at the same time about having like a lifted road glide that you can just whip around like it's a freaking club style Dyna. I love it. Usually Harley touring bikes, they're low enough that anybody can ride them, but this is going to be like a 5'10" and up, baby. Like you could probably do it 5'8", you could do it, but like comfortably 5'10" and up with that raised suspension, it's definitely a monster truck. But you know what, baby? You could be jumping this thing off of speed bumps and you'll run out of nerve before, well, maybe not everybody, but you know, at least me. I'm gonna run out of nerve before I run out of ground clearance. Yeah, I'm not going up there. That's not what this bike wants to do. Doesn't want to go sit in traffic. It wants to talk about being a neighborhood nightmare. This bike was made for greater things than sitting in traffic, all right? I mean, they built this thing off a Road Glide ST. It's now, I mean, what do you want to call it? A Road Glide SST at this point, dude. This thing is maximum danger for everybody else, you know, not for me. I feel like I'm in no danger at all. It's everyone else that needs to be worried. I'm not out here on the road with y'all. Y'all are out here on the road with me. Yeah, they're just, you know, when you got that much torque, dude, it is real hard not to just break it loose off of every freaking stoplight out there. Oh, the Bassani 2-in-1 sounds so freaking good, too. That perfect sound for the 131. Road King Kong, that was a lot quieter than this bike. And, you know, my man Lost on the Road does a ton of touring on it, so I don't blame him. And you can tour on this, absolutely. It is a road glide after all, but this exhaust, that's a street sweeper, baby. That'll let him know you're coming. Addy. Oh, take it easy. I mean, I can't blame him. Riding a road glide, but if I was in a Porsche, I'd be hooning too. There's like no normal acceleration on this. Like, I was next to that guy. I always feel bad, like at a stoplight when someone else pulls up on a bike next to you. I don't want to like haul ass like I'm trying to prove something. So I'm like, all right, let's accelerate normally. I'm not trying to like make anybody think I'm trying to punk them out on this bike or anything. And then my normal acceleration is still like 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Like it's just, there's no such thing as like accelerating lightly on this bike. You know, I just really love it when them boys from Burt's Barracuda and Burt's Black Widow, when you just let them have their head, you just let them do what they want to do when they're building a bike. You know, this is what comes out of it. I am not complaining. Technicians, they should be allowed to do what they want, and they usually want to do something like this. It handles good, it goes fast, and that's it, baby. What more do you need? Oh, the stickers on the back of this expedition weave a story. We've got the Starbucks drink thong girl dropping it like it's hot. A sign that says, if you hit me with my baby in the car, I'll whoop your ass till the cops come. A get off my tail. Baby flippers. I mean, I am reading an entire tale on the back of this truck right now, and it's definitely a Florida story. Thing just goes too fast, too easily, man. I don't know, it's like, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble on this, but it's understated, it's black, and it's a road glide. So, you know, the cops are looking, if you're riding a bright red Ducati, or if you're in a bright red Porsche, as opposed to like, you know, something that looks like this, but is capable of going just as fast, something tells you it might squeeze under the radar if they don't have the radar out, because nobody sees this coming. It's so big, but so fast. I love it. Well, let's go ahead and take this road glide downtown, baby. You can't have a girl like Cassie in your life and stay away for too long, so I'm having fun riding this bike, but I'm gonna go ahead and point it in her direction. Damn these motherfuckers, man. I know it's Friday, but it's still like freaking 1:30 in the afternoon, man. Got people stopped on the highway already. Come on, man. I'm just out here trying to use this 131, man. Have a good time, all right? I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm trying to have some fun. All these people using the road to go to work and run errands and pick up loved ones from the airport. Like, come on, baby. I just want to have a good time. Yeah, my girl Cassidy's downtown right now at the Tampa Tattoo Convention. She's got her booth set up there, and I don't know if she's got any clients up there right now, and, you know, unfortunately this video will be out, and she'll already be not at the convention anymore, so you won't be able to get tattooed by her at the convention, but you can just hit her up through her Instagram, man. Send her a DM, or maybe I'll have her email on here or something like that. Just maybe hit her up, set an appointment. My brother in Christ. Your RAV4 can go a little bit faster than this, I promise you. It's the skinny pedal. It works. You just gotta press it. I promise you, it'll do something. It's like the deer mentality. I'm not trying to bitch about people on the road. It is what it is, man. Like, you know, everybody's got to share the road. It does not belong to me. I mean, I like to talk my shit and pretend like it belongs to me because I think it's funny to talk like an asshole. But no, it doesn't belong with me. You got to share it. But some people just have like this. It's like I just call it like the deer mentality. Like they just are on the road, and at the first sign of anything that's like not out of ordinary, like another car, anything that's ahead of them, the first thing they do is just like slow down without thinking about what's behind them or what's in front of them. Just like slam on the brakes, just like freeze. I'm like, man, it's not the safest thing to do. I think you should let the problem work aloud a little bit and shoot. Sometimes slamming on the brakes is the option. Sometimes that's what you need to do. But you know, maybe just think about it for a couple seconds first, okay? Because it's not always the right move. All right, this thing is pretty obvious. You ain't sneaking it in anywhere. It's a very large, physically large motorcycle. Large displacement, but also physically large. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to finagle free parking on the road glide, but we're going to try. Hey! Speak of the devils, man. I'm literally just heading that way. That's freaking hilarious. Here, catch.
There we go.
Oh, sorry, dear viewers. I don't know what you had to experience once I dropped you into the wonderful clutches of the girls over there, but I'm sure you don't have that many complaints. Cassidy does inflict pain for a living, but she can be gentle too, trust me. Here's a little hack for you that sometimes works. Take a spot and let somebody else pay for it. The convention center here to help Cassidy get set up because they partied a little too hard last night, which I'm sure everybody here did, and we had to break him through the back door. And I've run into a guy here, Brian Himpler, who's got I'm sure has a bunch of stories, but the story he flagged me down for was that one, which he drew 3 months ago and then never even showed me. Yeah, that's all, man, dude. I like everything. That's my ADHD. That's freaking awesome. Make sure you're following him on Instagram at Brian Himpler right there. I don't know if you can do that through the screen. Go follow him and ask him. The first person to get that tattooed on him, I'll send him a free t-shirt, all right? Well, boys, it has been a minute since this thing's been on the lift. Let's see if we can't start to get the old XS, the Palmetto Bug, back into fighting shape, with, of course, some help from Weems Motor Co. Among other things, this tank's got to come off, and I got to clean the inside of it with the method that Weems told me about, which seems crazy, but we're going to give it a whirl. Now we see which one of these are metric and which one are standard. We got all sorts of different ones on the bike. Okay, these are actually standard. And I remember from experience that the front one will hit the tank, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this with electrical tape before we take that one out. No reason to scratch this paint up. It's dusty and it's rusty on the inside. I need to clean it, but there's no scratches on it, so let's try and keep it that way. That was not very tight. I've also had problems with these rattling out, so that's not surprising. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Whatever is in here, I'm pretty sure it has ceased to be able to be called gas. Oh yeah, I know there's a lot of rust in there because it's not really coming out that good anymore, which means even this poor petcock's getting clogged up with the rust in here. It's not weird that the tank rusted, it happens. Go ahead and pull this petcock off. Yeah, that definitely needs to sit in some chem dip. Yeah, boys, that's not exactly the right color, is it? Well, I'll tell you, boys, this seems crazy, but Jared Weems builds bikes that win in prestigious awards that are absolutely amazing works of art, and I built this bike. So I'm just going to listen to Weems and cross my fingers. Jared said just drop a handful of 1/4-inch nuts in there and let the dryer do the rest. You say so, buddy. Dropping like pieces of metal inside your gas tank just feels like so wrong. Hopefully these doesn't ruin the nuts, because this is all I have to put in there. They're all grade 8. These are actually nice. All right, here goes nothing. Well, let's stick it in and see what happens. Trust you, Jared. Alright, now we just gotta rinse this sucker out with gas, and then we'll call it good. That is pretty gross. Yeah. Nice. Ew. Fucking diarrhea, cha. Come on, baby, that's gross. Getting clearer. Still not good though. Gonna have to turn to 2-stroke gas no matter regular stuff. It's fitting though, because if you guys remember, this chopper's inaugural journey was on 2-stroke gas. A little bit of oil in the tank won't ever hurt nothing. You know, if I put more 2-stroke gas in this thing, I probably wouldn't have any rust in it. Might go through a few more plugs, but come on, baby, that's worth no rust in the tank, right? Oh yeah, now we're coming out clear. Nice. Well, I mean, not clear. It's coming out slightly with a slightly reddish tinge from the 2-stroke oil. That looks a lot better in there. Nice. Well, we'll tell you, Jared, that works, but he already knew that it did. Yep, still coming out the wrong color. The right color, as in red tinged gas. There we go, baby. Now here comes a little trick. I don't know how to get these out of here. I'm just gonna use the gone fishing method. Last one, baby. I might have the tank cleaned up, but we still have to make the bike actually run. When me and Weems were messing with it, he seems to think that I might have the timing set 180 degrees the wrong way because it's always been incredibly hard to kick. I've never had a degree wheel on there because it didn't come with one. Of course, Weems knows the answers, and he showed me a website where I could just print one up to stick on there. So starting to get it actually running right too. You know, you're a lot more likely to ride a motorcycle if it starts in the first 10 kicks instead of the first 30. This is from a website called blocklayer.com. Okay, we should just be able to use a screwdriver to find top dead center here. That's TDC right there. At least that's the highest point the screwdriver's going. And using my degree wheel, I can go ahead and make some marks over here. I believe it's got to be 15 degrees past top dead center. Jared's not coming till Monday, so I'm going to try to surprise him. By dropping a bolt in there. That's not the way to do it. Yeah, Weems Motor Co. is coming over here to help me. And I'm going to try to surprise him by maybe having it running before he gets here. But my hopes are not high. Mostly because, to be honest with you, I really don't know what I'm doing. That's 15 degrees past. That work as... There's actually a tool for magnetos that makes this whole process a lot easier, but I don't have one. I should really get one. Is this metric? Like I said, you never know on these. Yep, that's metric. And Japanese parts on it. Everything. Really don't want to strip these out. There we go. There's one. Now we can adjust our magneto. Really should have marked where it was, huh? Jared said I might have had this thing just 180 degrees out. It's crazy that you can still make it run like that, but if you guys remember, when I first got this motorcycle, I couldn't make it run. It ran just very poorly, and it literally ended up being somebody installed the camshaft backwards. No, I'm not kidding. That happened. It would still run, just poorly. What I'm looking for is just spark. I don't really even need to put the carburetor back on. I can do this with starting fluid. Ooh, that was one. Hey, that was definitely better than we were doing before. You know that those spark plugs are hitting. Then I can try to figure out the carburetor. Okay, I do have spark. Is it perfect? Definitely not. But it is actually firing, so that's a good thing. All right, let's clean this Electron up and see if we can make this thing work. It's got a little bit of rust in it. And overall, the carb's not really that bad. Weems Motor Co. actually helped me clean it up a while ago. Just a little rust in there, and then just some of the gas that's been sitting in it that needs to be cleaned off. And of course, some of these lines have seen better days. Luckily, these electrons are pretty damn simple, so compared to a carburetor with jets, there is much, much less on here to get clogged up. Seems crazy, but that literally ought to do it. I mean, there's nothing really that much on here to clog up, thankfully. Seems only fitting once again. This bike started with two-stroke gas. Two-stroke gas for the birth. Two-stroke gas for the rebirth. Hopeful rebirth. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Almost out of starting fluid. Better make it happen soon. kick back on that sucker. You know, it's definitely not the mark of a good mechanic that I regularly run out of starting fluid. That's a mark against me, but I'm out. Luckily, the shop truck these days is pretty damn fun, so I ain't complaining too much. You know, if you're a good mechanic, a can of starting fluid should really last you like fucking forever. Okay. Well, despite my best efforts, and I will say my best efforts are pretty pathetic, the XS650 is not running today under the power of my own hand. I'm gonna have to wait for the power of Weems Motor Co.'s hands to make this thing run. Not surprising. I mean, it's not surprising for a lot of different reasons, one of which being I'm not really that good at diagnosing. I really kind of don't know what I'm doing. I'm also missing a tool. Like I said, I don't have that device that lets you know where the magneto's sitting, so when I'm sitting here trying to adjust the timing, it's kind of just unfortunately a little bit of a guessing game. And I thought I could guess enough, like there's only so many positions it can be in, and I thought I was like, well, you know, I can kind of eyeball it and see what's going on and listen to it and I'll be able to figure this out. That was not the case. Okay, that was definitely not the case. That is not what happened. I basically just kicked it like 100 times in a bunch of different timing positions until the bottom of my foot was bruised and I was dropping just buckets of sweat off of my body. So the tank's clean. It's ready to run otherwise, besides the magneto thing. So at least we got that done. Very frustrating though. It's okay though. When it comes to choppers, you better get used to frustration. That happens quite often. So I consider myself very fortunate that there is still bikes out here that I can just put a key in, hold a choke, and press a button on. Trust me, I'm all about the struggle. I'm all about answering challenges that nobody issued and manufacturing a little bit of adversity for myself. But, you know, I also know when it's time to just push a button on a motorcycle and go for a ride. And right now is definitely that time. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. The irony does not escape me that the most reliable bikes that I have in my life are usually Harley Davidsons, not the Japanese bikes I have. Of course, I have no one to blame for that but myself, but it is a testament to the fact that the whole design concept behind the Evo, even though we're not on an Evo, we're on a twin cam, was that it had almost zero maintenance. Hydraulic lifters and no valve adjustments, a belt drive, like the whole kit and caboodle, baby. They were just basically supposed to be bikes that you change the oil on, which was quite a departure from Harleys of yesteryear. Even though now Evo is firmly a Harley of yesteryear. Oh, that feels good, man. It is definitely a special privilege to have more than one motorcycle, especially when one of those motorcycles is a chopper that you're trying to make run, and the other one you can just hop on and just melt the frustrations away from trying to kick the chopper. Not that I get to keep this one forever, but it's someone else is going to get this bike, and they're going to get it for $25. So, you know, right now I'm using it as my bike to scrub away the frustrations of being too stupid to make a 1977 650cc motorcycle run. And I'm on this. I'm like, okay, everything's better now. But it could be your second bike. Maybe you've got a chopper that doesn't run right and you're always fighting it, and you could use a nice Harley Davidson twin cam with a cool paint job to press the button on when you're feeling frustrated with your own chopper. Trust me, it's nice. Crazy. It just seems like time is flying. I've only got a week left with these bikes, man. The FXR and the Dyna, White Lightning and Black Hammer. I've only got 1 week left with them, and really not even 1 week, because the first day of the camp out is this Thursday. So after that, that's pretty much it. We're giving them away on Saturday. So I'm just gonna have to enjoy these perks double time, baby. I'm just like full up on the perks right now. We got the 131 from Burt's, we got White Lightning, the 91 FXR for a giveaway bike, and then Black Hammer, the 2001 Dyna. Life is not bad for old Shade Tree Surgeon. I am not complaining. And all of my friends are on their way here for the camp out. The Brapstar Weirdo Forgotten Angels family reunion camp out that doesn't really have a name. This is the 6th one we've done, and I'm just looking forward to all my friends coming down to the Wang and partying with me. Things are looking pretty good in my book right now. You know, I can still complain about a lot of different things, but at this point, with so many awesome things happening in my life, beautiful women everywhere, awesome motorcycles at my disposal, if I started complaining, something tells me I wouldn't find a whole lot of sympathetic ears. And I wouldn't blame y'all for not being sympathetic. Right now, things are awesome. As things are in Shade Tree Surgeon's life right now. And I hope all you guys who are on an adventure down here to the Wang to hang out with us, hope you guys are having an awesome adventure too. There will be adversities. Of course there will be. It's not an adventure without a couple of those falling on your way. But as good as everything is for me right now, I cannot forget about the reason that we're doing this. The whole reason that I'm on this motorcycle in the first place. Big ups to my man, Fat and Furious One and Gator Ford here in Tampa, because they're the reason we have this black Dyna to give away right now. And we're also giving away the white FXR for $25. Someone's going to win one of those bikes, and we're giving both of them away. So we got 2 chances to win. That's awesome and all. That's very cool. 2 people are going to get 2 very cool motorcycles. The first person who wins, they get to pick for both of you guys. But whatever bike is left over, trust me, either one would be an awesome score. But let's not forget that Forgotten Angels, the camp out. I have a yield sign. That means you go, sir. Anyway, where was I? As I was saying, as amazing as things are in my life right now, the whole reason we're doing this is Forgotten Angels. All these young men and women who have aged out of foster care, who never got a chance to even have a good time in this world. Like, we're sitting here, we got motorcycles, we're having a pretty good time. Like, I don't have everything. I'm not rich, you know? There's things I want. There's sometimes at the end of the month, I get the electric bill and I'm like, oof, ouch, this is gonna hurt. And I'm gonna have to make some decisions, not buying some other stuff that I wanted because I needed to pay for stuff I need. Now, that's pretty damn good in my opinion. You are doing awesome if those are your biggest problems. The problems that these young men are facing are damn near insurmountable without the help of somebody who really cares about them. And guess what? Nobody cares about them. That's the problem. They've been abandoned, abused, mistreated by their parents, and the system that was supposed to keep them going after that, they were just abandoned and abused and mistreated by that, and made homeless and basically given a one-way express ticket to being a homeless drug addict on the streets without ever getting chance one to make their mark on this world. And that's where all of us come in, all right? If you got a little bit of extra, you got some extra scratch, you got $25 extra, get a chance to win one of these motorcycles. But even more important than that, give somebody else their first chance to actually be a productive member of society. Where this money goes, it don't hit no branches on the way down. There's no overhead fees of members of a board. Nobody gets paid, okay? 100% of this money makes it exactly where it's supposed to go. So click that link down below. You got less than a week left to get a ticket on both of these bikes. Right now, we're looking at I think it's like a 1 in 4 or 500 chance. Like, dude, the odds on this are really good. And even on the ones that do really, really well, the odds are still great. By the way, when you click that link, it's going to say $250,000 dream home. Now, if you buy a ticket and even if you win the bike, then you're still entered to win $250,000 or a house here in Florida. And we're pulling those in December. In 2 months, those are getting pulled. So let me tell you guys, if all you're doing is buying a raffle ticket because, you know, you're the kind of person who buys scratch-offs, the odds on this, even the overall odds on the very last $250,000 cash prize are still better than winning $1,000 on a scratch-off. Yeah, let me get that through to you. Even if we hit our goal, the odds are still better than winning $1,000 on a scratch-off. I looked it up. These bikes, if we sell as many tickets for these 2 bikes as we did the last 2 FXRs we gave away, then the odds of winning one of these bikes is better than winning like $100 on a scratch off. I'm telling you guys, it really is that. But that's not the reason we're doing it. We're doing it because we're trying to help the kids, man. We're trying to help these young men become productive members of society, become something that can make a difference in this world. And even if they don't make a difference, even if they're out there curing cancer and being president or whatever else, you know what? They get a chance just to enjoy themselves, to have a life that they can have fun at, where they can have a motorcycle and they can live the kind of life that we're living right now. And is that life we're living right now the most glamorous, amazing, spectacular thing ever? No, but it's a pretty damn good life a lot of us got. So let's give these guys a chance too. Click that link down below. I'll see you guys at the camp out. Less than a week left. Someone's getting these bikes, but even if you don't win the bike, I'll tell you this right now. You're still winning. You're still doing something good. And you might be a bad person, because trust me, we're all bad people, but we are bad people doing good things. Till next time, y'all, which will be very soon, keep it weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. and the world oppose the deadliest of foes. Shade Tree Army, Shade Tree Army. Who will risk it all to end the evil call of Shade Tree Army, Shade Tree Army. They never give up, they never say die, walking tall with banners high.
Shade Tree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.